At 7 o'clock, we got the Peach Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. Number 12, Pitt is going to be playing number 10, Michigan State on ESPN. I know Kenny Pickett won't be playing this game, but I feel it's necessary to mention how great his stats were. He ended up going 304 of 497, threw for a 67.2% completion percentage, threw for 4,319 yards, threw 42 touchdowns to only 7 interceptions, ended up winning the ACC championship with Pitt, and it was an insanely great year for that man who suddenly got himself into first round candidacy. Oh, so sad. Israel Abu ended up having 118 carries for 635 yards and 7 total touchdowns. Not a lot through the ground game. This team is mostly built through the air with Pickett, which is going to be interesting since Pickett's not going to be playing into the bowl game. Josh Addison is by far the best player on this team without Pickett. 93 catches for 1,479 yards and 17 touchdowns, which is a lot of touchdowns for a receiver. On the Michigan State side of things, Peyton Thorne ended up going 206 at 339, threw for a 60.8% completion percentage, through 2,886 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. Kenneth?
There are only two things I love in this world: everybody and television.
Walker the third ended up having 263 carries for 1,636 yards and 18 total touchdowns, which is why I think it's insane in this game. You're talking about these are two really good teams, right? And you're talking about they're taking away their two best players. You're taking away Kenneth Walker the third for Michigan State, and you're taking away Kenny Pickett for Pitt. I mean, these are the best football players for their respective teams. Jaden Reed, I feel like his stats are worth mentioning because him and Naylor really had a phenomenal year, having 53 catches for 946 yards and 8 touchdowns. Pitt is 0-6 against Michigan State all time. Michigan State has obviously owned Pitt for a long time. Pitt has a 14-21 record in bowl games. Michigan State has a 13-16 record in bowl games. Again, both these teams are not over 500. It's really hard to have an over 500 record in bowl games, but we'll see if either of these teams can get a little bit closer. Obviously, Michigan State would like to win more because it would get them so much closer than it would Pitt. But this game's really interesting. I feel like Kenny Pickett means more to this football team than Kenneth Walker does. Obviously, Pitt's backup has not seen the field almost at all this year. And I'm going to be honest, Kenneth Walker III was a great player. And he's a huge contributor to the offense. So is Peyton Thorne. Peyton Thorne, Jaden Reed, and Jalen Naylor are all phenomenal football players. And I believe Naylor and Reed will probably play in the NFL. I think Thorne's a questionable one. But I do think Michigan State should win this one. And I do think it's by a reasonable margin. Give me the Spartans here to win against the Pittsburgh Panthers.